What is up, everybody? Cinephile Mike is here, and it is day 85 of Award Season Review Season 3. 97 reviews coming at you in 97 days, covering many of the films up for award season recognition. Now, some of the films I'm talking about may still be in theaters, be awaiting their re-release, or be awaiting their initial release. So all information I provide to you, critical response, box office, predictions, nominations, wins, everything I give you is current within 7 days of posting. Most importantly, these reviews are always spoiler-free. Also, make sure you check out my website, cinephilemike.com, for lots of great additional award season content. Now, if you are joining me today, it is a Tuesday, it is a new theme week, and it is our 13th theme week! Lucky number 13! And this one's going to be a shorter week. It will only consist of 6 days, not 7, because I'm going to be focusing on the shorts in the shorter week. So for the next 3 days, I'm going to be looking at some of the highly commended short films, documentary, animation, and live action. And then the last 3 days, I'm going to be looking at the actual Oscar-nominated shorts. And then I will be getting into the last batch of nominated films. Now, traditionally, shorts don't have their own theatrical releases or information, or it's very limited because of how these are shared. So for this week, there will be no box office or Rotten Tomatoes ratings. And in fact, for the 5 films I'm talking about today, those numbers are not even public knowledge. So we are just going to focus on them. And today we are looking at 5 highly commended documentary shorts. They were all shortlisted or nominated elsewhere, but did not get that Oscar nomination. So we're going to go through these alphabetically, and the first one I'm talking about is Omar Sami's touching documentary, Eternal Father. Shortlisted for the Oscar, the film was nominated for Best Documentary Short at several festivals. Nassar Ghafoor is an older gentleman, the one in the picture, who started his family late. And upon reflecting on his life, the fact that his mother passed away to cancer and him and his family had to address this, he doesn't want his family to necessarily experience that. And also, he knows that his time is limited, so he considers being cryonically preserved so that he may have an option to come back and be with his children later. Now, as he ponders this and discusses it with his family, his children, his wife, select family members begin to consider doing this, and some do not when they really weigh the pros and cons. The film offers some interesting commentary on the technology and whether or not this is the right decision. It's a sensitive topic, and Sami raises, some fascinating questions. He blends spy footage and a few talking head voiceovers, and as a result of this, while we see many intimate moments with the family, one would wonder if we would have gotten a little bit more of a well-rounded idea about how the family feels about the concept of what is potentially going to occur. Piece to ponder with a haunting score, I have to say, by Christian Balvig. Eternal Father is a 3-star film. Now, if you would like to watch Eternal Father, it is streaming on YouTube on the New Yorker magazine channel. Okay, next up, we have Julio Palacio's Makayla's Voice, A Letter to the World. Also shortlisted for the Oscars, amongst the festival's and Critics' Circle's recognitions, the film was nominated for Best Documentary Short at the Critics' Choice Documentary Awards and won Best Documentary Short at the Tribeca Film Festival. So, as you see in the poster, meet Makayla. She is a 14-year-old girl who is autistic, and based on her diagnosis, she is essentially nonverbal. To tell her story here, she used a letterboard to communicate all of her thoughts, which were then written, and voiceover actress Portia Q narrates the story of Makayla's life. Makayla gives us an insight into her life and her passions. She loves music. Her father is a famed music producer. She loves art. Her mother is a fashionista who owns a boutique and is very much into that presentation. In between Makayla's story, we watch it with spy footage. We are also treated to talking head interviews with her family and her teacher Roxy, who is the one who taught her how to letterboard. In doing so, we see Makayla has quite an appropriate vocabulary, lovingly communicated through letters she writes to her parents, reflections on the activities she enjoys doing. And sometimes the communication is a little more distraught, especially in times of Makayla's frustrations and not knowing how to communicate. But it's all there. This insightful documentary reminds us that there is always a way to communicate with everyone and the importance of looking for this. Makayla's Voice, A Letter to the World is a powerful, solid 4-star documentary short. If you'd like to watch this one, it is available on Netflix. Okay, now we have Dominic Gill and Nadia Gill's Planetwalker. Shortlisted for the Oscars, the film has had some success on the festival circuit route. Planetwalker is an intimate look at famed environmental activist and banjo player John Francis, who, after witnessing the oil spill in the San Francisco Bay in 1972, took on a new life to educate himself about environmental impact and studies. To do this, he took two very specific actions. One was taking a vow of silence, and the other was to walk, and only walk, not use gas operated motor vehicles, as he walked across the country on a journey to become more environmentally conscious and educated. Using archival footage and talking head interviews, as well as some gorgeously animated sequences by Remy Nadeau, we learn his story from him, now that he is talking again, and from those he inspired to walk with him on the journey. As we see how he made his stand and had wonderful interactions with people, and yet also, being a black man at the time, there were some not so great circumstances and interactions of his journey. And without spoiling, he accomplished a few great things without speech, and it was by choice. This film is almost a wonderful teaser and presents a topic that would be nice to see in a slightly more expanded format, especially given his work that he continues today. For me, Planetwalker is a strong 4-star inspirational film. If you would like to watch it, it is currently streaming on YouTube on the Los Angeles Times' YouTube channel. Okay. At number 4 on our list today, we have Kimberly Reid's Seat 31, Zooey Zephyr. Also, shortlisted for the Oscar. This short has won several awards at different film festivals across the country. This short gives us an inside look at Zooey Zephyr, a Democrat and the first openly transgender person elected to the Montana House of Representatives. When speaking passionately about not approving a bill for a ban on medical care for trans people, she is silenced and censured by the Republicans on the legislature, and they actually remove her from the floor, preventing her from speaking, only allowing her to participate remotely, which she does, from a bench near the snack bar at the offices. And while we watch her engage with her work and interact with those who support her in the hallways as they pass by, we also see some of the struggles that she goes through. Additionally, we're treated to some footage of substantial life moments in Zooey's life that are positive, and we see a representation of a woman who just wants equity and equality for all. Zephyr's a fascinating topic for a documentary, especially given the current political settings. However, my problem with this one is the brief runtime. So we really can't get much into the heart of the matter. This film is more, at 15 minutes, is more just like a trailer, which is a little frustrating, albeit the message is solid. Seat 31, Zooey Zephyr is a 3-star documentary. Needed more context to really bump it. But still worth a watch, and if you would like to catch it, it is streaming on YouTube on the New Yorker magazine's channel. And finally, we have Rashida Jones and Will McCormack's A Swim Lesson. Shortlisted for the Oscar, the film won Best Short at the Hamptons International Film Festival and Best Documentary Short at the Calgary International Film Festival, along with several other festival nods. A Swim Lesson is about Bill Marsh. Now, Bill, when he had his daughter and moved into a new house with a pool, realized that his daughter needed to learn how to swim because falling in a pool could be dangerous, and one of the top causes of death between children 1 to 4 is accidental drownings. So after witnessing his daughter learn how to swim, he kind of did a career shift and became a swim teacher to other children. And we learned that at the beginning, he has taught over 5,000 kids how to swim. The documentary shows Bill providing lessons to various toddlers in that range of about 1 to 4 years old. And while he teaches the kids, who are oftentimes screaming and fighting every urge to get in that water, we see their parents sitting off to the side. And while they probably want to intervene, they can't, because this is one of Bill's rules. And it's crucial because he's recognizing that it seems that nowadays younger kids are too coddled and parents are afraid to let them feel those dangerous circumstances, but they need those life experiences to be taught. Through talking head interviews and actual underwater footage, which was quite interesting to see, we get an intimate look at how, while feelings are tenuous, these are life skills that are needed, and how Bill doesn't give up. A look at the bit of the power of teaching. While a bit repetitive, I would have liked to have heard a little bit more from some of the parents. A Swim Lesson is a decent 3-star doc short. And if you would like to catch this one, it is streaming on YouTube on the LA Times channel. All right. So there you have it. I'm not going to do an overall rating as each film had their individual ones, and you now know how to check them out if you so choose. So I will end by saying we are 85 reviews down, 12 left to go. Tomorrow we are going to look at the highly commended live action shorts. As always, if you like what you heard here, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, spread the word. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms and on Letterboxd. And again, find lots of great additional content on my website, cinephilemike.com. All right. Until tomorrow, everyone, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.